Hello everyone, and welcome to Mr. Simplified's tutorials. In this tutorial, we aim to get a thorough understanding of the right type of goals and learn how to set them. The business world today is very competitive. Setting goals is an essential part of succeeding in any business. This is because goals can help us move in particular directions, collect valuable data, measure success, and they can also help us ensure that we don't spend resources aimlessly. But when it comes to setting goals, we need to ensure that we set them the right way and also set the right type of goals. In this tutorial, we're going to understand goal setting by looking at some popular goal setting frameworks and look at a popular tool used to actually set goals. It's also important to understand that the same frameworks can be applied to goals set for a specific project in business or for personal goals. It all starts with strengthening your understanding of what good looks like. Let's start with the SMART Goals framework. The SMART Goals framework helps us set goals that are clearly defined. SMART is an abbreviation that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So each goal that's set needs to have these specific components. Now let's look at the different components and use an example goal to simplify it. First, it's essential to ensure that goals are specific. This will help you or the team understand what to do to achieve the goal. The more specific the goal is, the better is the likelihood of it being achieved. Measurable. Unless a goal can be measured in some way, there's no way of understanding if it's fully or partially achieved. Here, it's important to think about the metric that will be used to measure the goal. Achievable. This also means that goals need to be realistic and practical. You don't want to set goals that are either too easy or too difficult to achieve. It's always a balance. If goals are unachievable, there's always a big risk of people getting demotivated. Relevant. Goals should always be set to align with the objectives of the company. It's also important to communicate the purpose of the goal with the relevant stakeholders. Time-bound. Goals that aren't time-bound have a low probability of ever getting achieved. A complete timeline for goals and campaigns helps us track progress. Now, an example of a goal that's not SMART would be to improve visitors to the website through organic content. Now, as you can see here, this goal is neither specific nor time-bound. A SMART objective or goal would be to increase organic weekly visitors to existing blog posts by 12% by the end of this quarter. So it's quite obvious to see that the SMART goal that we've just set actually follows the SMART Goals framework. Now, what we're looking at next is an important goal-setting theory of motivation. Locke and Latham's goal-setting theory of motivation. Now, this theory emphasizes the link between goals and performance and suggests that when goals are specific and challenging, the performance is most effective. It outlines that individuals who are provided difficult but attainable goals perform much better than individuals who are provided unrealistic goals or no goals at all. The right type of goals motivate people to develop strategies and to accomplish them. It therefore outlines principles or characteristics that goals need to have to be effective. You'll notice that they have a lot in common with the SMART framework. The principles are as follows. Specific. Specific goals that can be quantified help people devise strategies to attain them and also measure progress on the way. Attainable. Again, goals need to be attainable. If they aren't, people tend to reject them. Acceptable. Goals should be accepted by the people they are assigned to. They need to be committed to them. A good way for managers to get people to commit to goals is for them to let employees help setting them. Feedback. Performance feedback can encourage people to achieve better performance. Again, specific feedback tends to work better than very generic ones. Deadlines. Again, deadlines need to be assigned to goals to help people pace themselves right. Learning versus performance goals. Here, they suggest that people with a learning goal orientation will tend to develop competence and learn new skills when they encounter challenging situations. As a contrast, having a performance goal orientation means a person will only perform to gain acceptance and validation. People need to be proactive and be open to learning new skills to be able to achieve their goals. So learning goals become very important. Group goal setting. A combination of individual goals and group goals always work the best. When people perceive that other people share their goals, they will be more productive and they will be more satisfied. Now let's look into a goal framework that counters the SMART goals strategy. This is the HARD goals framework, which recommends setting goals that are heartfelt, animated, required, and difficult. The founder of the framework, Mark Murphy, argues that setting hard goals will be more motivating and effective than SMART goals. Now let's look at what each component stands for. Heartfelt. Do you have an emotional attachment to the goal? The more you're attached to the goal, the more you're likely to pursue it. Animated. Can you visualize or animate the goal? Can you close your eyes and picture how your world would be once the goal is achieved? The more you're able to picture, the more you're likely to work towards achieving the goal. Required. How necessary is it for you to achieve the goal? How much do you require it? For instance, it's necessary for a small business owner to generate enough sales to even break even, right? Difficult. We all love challenges. Goals need to be difficult enough to push us to learn, acquire new skills, and dream big. As you can see, this framework adopts a different approach to SMART goals. We will come back to the comparisons between the two and get your opinions on it as well, so stay tuned till the end. And you can also see that the HARD goals framework can actually work better than the SMART goals framework when it comes to your personal goals. In the business world, you can actually use the SMART goals framework or the HARD goals one, whichever one you agree with or align with more. Now let's look at an actual goal planning tool that you can use to start putting together your goals and work towards achieving them. The Franklin Covey Planner. The Franklin Planner is a paper-based tool that consists of several components that can give you a view of important goals and tasks on a monthly, weekly, and daily basis. Some of the components it includes are a calendar showing a yearly view with the current year, the following year, so that you can mark important personal and professional events from the whole year. The next component is an index for the month and then space for each day of the month. So you start off with listing tasks in the index and then move them to the relevant days of the month. Another component is the master task list for the month. This is where you list all the important professional and personal tasks for the month, indicate if they're completed, and carry the incomplete ones to the next month. So you can see that this is a way to list out tasks that help you move towards your goals, spread the tasks out, help you manage them alongside daily life, and help you organize your life. Now, I've only given you a glimpse of this very useful tool. This is because a detailed explanation of the tool will require an entire tutorial video. But I do highly recommend that you check out various resources and videos available on the Franklin Covey Planner and then decide that if a paper-based tool is right for your own needs. I can understand if you argue that you're better off using digital tools in this day and age. That's absolutely fine. One of the reasons I tend to still recommend this tool to people is because when you actually write things down with pen and paper, it tends to stimulate your brain cells and make you think hard about the limited time available in a day. And with time, you tend to actually get more efficient in planning your day, in planning your time and resource utilization. And now for the discussion point in this tutorial. Do you agree more with the SMART goals approach or the HARD goals approach? Do you think it's more important for goals to be specific and measurable, or for them to be heartfelt and animated? Also, have you ever used or have known about the Franklin Covey Planner? We all know that there are other paper-based and digital planners available. Do you use any of them as part of your personal or professional goal setting and planning approach? Let us know in the comment section. Right, thank you very much for your attendance to this tutorial. Thank you very much for all your love and support to this channel so far, and I hope and wish that you continue to do so. Please like and share the content in this channel, and please take very good care of your own self. Thank you very much. Bye bye.